Alright, welcome back. This is MDawg, and we are here at Kuori once again. Still a little time left on the boat. And we're going to do a little more trolling. I'm hoping that between the amount of fish that we cut up during this day of trolling, which we actually would get more if we did bream fishing, I bet. But anyway, between the fish we get, and then I also got some more supplies for making egg dough. So maybe we can get, if not all the way there, at least close to 60% harvesting baits. I mean, we're not going to get all the way there, let's be real, but maybe we can get close enough where we can be within reach of it. And as you'll notice, I did get a second Aquila 4004 because it was so good last time that I actually do want to just try what would it be like having two of these on here. So we will give it a go. See how it works. It's 4:30 a.m. And so we should be able to get a decent day of trolling in and just kind of see where that takes us. That's a nice Vindus. So what would be nice is obviously catching some nice fish would be great, but having some fish that are 500 grams that we can cut up into fish pieces would be especially nice. Like this one is perfect. If we're gonna go this way, this is when we normally bounce off to the west just a little bit. I think if we get any 500 gram perch, I might do that as well. But we usually don't get perch that are quite that big here, I've noticed. We'll get a lot of perch, but they're usually smaller. Alright, this is music to our ears. Wow, this left line is definitely outperforming the right one right now. So we're getting to see the Pulsar in action, and so far the Saber 60's just been chilling for the most part. Alright. Let's see if this is really a decent fish or just a pretender. It feels like he's just coming straight up. You gonna actually fight against us one more time? I'm gonna stop the engine. Yeah. Got him in. Perfect. That is the perfect fish for our setup to catch. Still worth a little bit, but no problem getting it in really at all. Cool. So 11.6 4004. Making sure these are exactly the same. They are. Just a little RNG for us, I guess, on which one's been more active. Ooh, 27% spin fishing. And another nice Vindus. One pretty much has constant bites today. This left side. Ooh, another one. Alright, where are we on the lake? Yeah, let's just go ahead and turn. And let's go ahead and cut up a couple fish for fish pieces. See if we can get lucky. We just need to get lucky a couple times. And then see where the egg dough gets us, I guess. Not quite big enough. Glad to see the right line is at least starting to get some catches as well. Too small. Alright. So we have 2. So far, no luck. Oh. It's close. Alright, Saber 60. 27.1 on spin fishing. Gotta love it. And a nice little lake trout. Is that a grayling? Yeah. Little grayling. These Achilles kind of catching everything right now. That's an eyed, isn't it? And it looks like a pretty decent one. 1.3 eyed. Ooh, did you see that fish jump? Let's get it out of the water in case it's a pike. Nope, it's a lake trout. All right, let's see where we are. Whoa. I think we can just stop the boat. Could be wrong, but this fish isn't that big. Now, being this aggressive, we are much more likely for it to get away. Alright, let's put a little more pressure on it. So I'm standing up now. We had to cut the engine all the way off to do this. Yeah, it's just a little Arctic char. I knew we could get this in. We just need a little bit of momentum. 27.2, love to see it. This is a little decent fish too. Another Arctic char. We definitely hit the Arctic char spot. Wow. And we'll start trolling again. shoot, he's going the other way. Again, you can kind of tell, not that big a fish, but he's a fighter. We would love to come up beside him before he gets to the shore and kind of like turning back towards the open water. Just gets awkward if you're trying to maneuver a boat trolling around a fish when they're that close to the shore, but we just don't want to like run ourselves aground or kind of get trapped where we can't easily troll anymore. Just increase the chance of the fish getting away. Alright, he is pretty much underneath us. He's already worn out. Do I stop it? Alright, I'm gonna stop it and see what happens. He's so close. He could get another run of energy, but I think we've got him. Yeah. 6.9 lake trout. These guys are great. 27.4 on spin fishing. So doing very well. And we have something small here. Bendis. Alright, let's get turned back around here. Been a long morning. It's still just 10 a.m. and we're at 22 fish. And that's with turning some of these guys into fish pieces, which I think we've got 2 or 3 we can do again now. Alright, let's get sort of pointed the right way again, something like that. Let's just see really quick what we've got. So we've got one more, at least one. 57%, okay, that's a good start. Can we get a little bit more movement during this day of trolling? That's the question before we start making egg dough. Oh, is that a 500 gram perch? So close. I think any perch that's like less than 800 grams. Well, I guess it depends on the cafe orders. But we would likely choose to cut them up. Lots of lake trout. I mean, I know it'll slow down a little bit in the afternoon, probably a good bit, but I have to say, this is an absolutely insane bite rate. To be using 2 of the same Aquila here at Kuori and catching this rate of fish. Like if you're trying to level up your spin fishing or even your bait harvesting and spin fishing, you could do a lot worse than what we're doing right now. And every once in a while we hit something decent size and spend a few minutes chasing it around. So it's not like we're doing the most efficient fishing either, but we're still doing quite well, I think. And you just gotta love the bite rate. Can we get lucky on this? Not right now, we can't. $27.8. We'll be at 30% spin fishing before you know it. Wow, that was a jump and a half. 2 grams off of fish pieces. There we go. Come on. Come on. Well, 33. I can already sense a little bit of a cooldown here. Slow down. But maybe we'll still catch a few fish that are healthy enough to do fish pieces. Not too big. It's actually a nice fish, though. This is why it's worth... Look at that, 5,000. This is why it's worth coming over to this side of the lake, the island every once in a while. And we really, like, did a wide turn that time. Some of these rainbows seem to come out over here. %, spin fishing. Now maybe, you know, we always like think about should we turn around back there near the island. Maybe this is where we turn around when it's like this. Let's see what happens if we go back this way. Kind of make the path back the other direction. The Arctic char over here. Definitely some interesting fish on this side right now. You know, we haven't seen anything hitting in terms of Savan or Kuori char. They just don't seem to be like super active at the moment, but yeah, look at this bite rate over here on the eastern side of the island. Oh, is that a pike? Okay, that's scary. That's the first pike we've had in a while, although look how close we got up here. It's not quite as far as we normally go. I knew we had at least one. I don't know how far this way I want to go. Is that a Vendus? 28.1% spin fishing. Only because we'll go over the 4. It seems so good over here right now. I don't really want to get too far away. $28.2. $28.3. I'll tell you what's good news for all of you like me who love fishing copper. Oh, never mind. I looked at it wrong. That's weird though, like it's the weather's cooling off 4 days from now, but the increased temperatures doesn't go away. We have 50 fish. This bite rate is like we're fishing at copper. Obviously the quality's not the same. The quality of fish is not quite the same as copper, but the bite rate is. Again, if you're trying to level up spin fishing, I just can't imagine a better scenario, at least if you're at low percentage. If you're at high percentage, this might not be the best, only because the quality is so low on some of these catches. The chances that it's going to give you a bump in spin fishing is probably pretty low, but make sure I haven't missed any. Is that a Bendis? It's a nice one. Then fishing points. Grayling, 28.5 spin fishing. $28.6. We're at 60 fish, which means we're really at like 70 fish. Oh, they're nice lake trout. Well, you were hoping we'd have one more nice fish this time of day. Less likely to happen in the middle of the day, but once you get to evening, just kind of like morning, you hope to maybe have one or two like this, and it looks like we have hit one. Probably a decent lake trout, but we'll see. Yeah, there it is. 4.2, 28.7. Love to see it. Now we've kind of gotten turned around here. We'll flip again in just a second. Boy, we really let that spool go a little bit, didn't we? Not a bad Arctic here. And those Arctics are good XP. Especially compared to lake trout, I think. Hey, it's a perch that we can do. That's the right size perch. In general, perch aren't worth that much silver, so... we don't mind doing that every once in a while. Perfect. What a jump. Also perfect. We've not gotten many points off this. You know, I didn't know if we could, how possible it was, how feasible it was, likely, but seems like it's pretty unlikely at this point to get points off of fish pieces, but still worth trying. There we go. I was just about to say we kind of need to turn around, but it'd be nice to turn around while we're catching a fish here. Nice lake trout. Checking for sizes. Like we're all caught up. .9. Yeah, you see the XP there on that lake trout kind of goes to what I was saying about Arctic char are just better XP. So is that rainbow, but they're both on average a little more rare. Oh, look at this pike, y'all. I don't know how we did not lose a lure there. Sometimes it's just the price of admission, but somehow we held on to it. Don't really understand how, but we did. Arctic. Sorry, rainbow. Not get a good enough look at him, apparently. In this middle layer here. 29.2. So by the end of this day, you know, we're not gonna troll through the night, which you could probably get a couple more. Or you could certainly go bottom fish and get way more fish. But by the end of this day, trolling only, if we had kept all the fish and not turned them into fish pieces, you know, we're easily between 85 and 90, maybe even a little bit more. And possibly closely, you know, getting close to 100. Again, based on how, there's our first Savon trout. It's a time of day thing, by the way. It's not unusual to suddenly see a Savon or a Kuori right here at the either very beginning of the day or very end of the day. They're more likely to be feeding or whatnot. All right, I'm gonna just push us on down the lake a little bit. We're about to run out of time where trolling even makes sense, but I kind of want to just see what we get back here in the corner one more time. That might have a fish on, I'm not sure. It's funny how long it takes to get to a spot. Alright, let's just go from here and go right towards that corner. Thankfully, this was a small fish we were dragging across the lake. And it's, even though it still seems fairly light at Kuori, if you were on some other maps at least, it would seem pretty dark by now. It's after 11 p.m., so our chances definitely have dramatically gone down from hitting too many fish, but it was so active over here, I thought it might be worth just 29.3. Just checking one more time before midnight. A very lazy lake trout. Ooh, look at this. We are just hitting some fish here. Well, this day is ending just as good as it's really been going the whole day. There's another lake trout. Goodness. I know we at least got one more try. These have all been just a disaster though. We have not hit points on cutting up fish in quite a while. Since the very beginning of the day, and I think we only hit it once. Alright. No more? It's definitely late. Alright, let's get into the shore here. Okay, let's see. Cafe-wise, did anything change? No, we're not hitting brown trout out there. The eyed was good, but not that good. And that's it. So really just unfriendly cafes recently, but that is fine. We're making silver without it. Let's see here. $278 silver. Now, we worked for it. That's a lot of fish we caught in 51 minutes. And a lot of them were non-markers, but enough of them were markers to earn 278 silver. That is a great day at Kuori. Okay, I'm gonna make some egg dough real quick, and then I'll update you if we got any points and kind of where we stand, because that's really what's holding us back at this point. So let me see how this goes. Okay, well I made a bunch of egg dough. 7,916 is what we're up to. Again, if you know, every once in a while they give like free happy hours during special events or whatever, or if you decide to do premium, it just helps. I don't know that I've quite tried to go this high on free to play before, and I mean, it's one thing if it's your main account and you're doing it over the course of days and weeks or whatever, but to try to force it into like a couple episodes here to get to 60%, we are only at 57.5. So we started obviously this like 5% window. Started at 55% and now pushing to 60. And we're just not getting points very often, which is the case. I mean, that's part of being free to play, is you, instead of paying with money, you pay with time, honestly. So I don't know. I have to think about it. I mean, we have enough silver. We can keep pushing forward. We also, Norway's going really well. I mean, will we be fine without being able to do fish fillets? Probably. I just think it takes some of the fun out of it, and I think it's good advice to try to get there before you do too many of your trips. So anyway, we'll see. I'll think about it. All right, I'll see you next time.